Read motivational books. Speak less when you are in spiritual. Earlier I was telling talk, talk and talk, but when you are going to transit from the mental to the spiritual part, please speak less, because the more you speak, the more you are going to invite trouble for you. So spiritual is speak less when you are in that portion. So I think most of us are in the first portion only, that is physical motivation is required, then you transform into mental, and finally into spiritual. And this journey is going to give you the sense of happiness and the full feel good factor. For physical part, please take the help of the applications like Runtastic. Runtastic is a fantastic application. Just download it in your mobile and keep on tracking your steps, keep on walking, keep on running, keep on doing exercises. It is going to motivate you. The Runtastic is going to motivate you, and it's a beautiful application. One more thing which is very important is newness in life. नया होना चाहिए सब कुछ. Newness, new dress. You are sitting at home, you know you are working from home, you don't have to go anywhere. Just get up early in the morning at 6, go for a run, go for a jog, do some yoga, take bath, wear new dress, make new friends, read new book every day, forward something new. Don't just keep on forwarding that shit, the religious script, religious things, political things which are going to break the relation. Everybody knows somebody is from that political affiliation, somebody is from particular caste, creed, religion. So we are, as a society, we are very very good in discriminating and dividing. But for uniting or for just building a relationship, just a word, positive word is required. So keep on build a positive rapport and positive relationship. Behave smartly. If whether you have to go anywhere or not, just wear a good dress, because if you like yourself, then only the world is going to like you. If you are positive, you are happy, if you are dressed well, if you go in front of mirror and say yes, Rajiv, I am looking very smart. Rajiv is standing in front of mirror, yeah, Prachi is standing in front of mirror and saying yes, as a Prachi I am looking very smart today. It means the world is also going to admire you. So dress accordingly. Don't wait for the occasion to come to dress. And lastly, the child inside you is very important. Don't let that child die. Your mental state should not cross 6 7 years. People say those who are slow child or slow learners, or the children who are suffering from down syndrome, actually they are living the life. We can't understand, can't comprehend their words, but actually they are in the state of bliss, happiness, and they are having good time in life. So don't let that child die. Behave like a child, remain child, smile, play with your son, play with your friends, go to them loudly, speak loudly, shout. Don't make everything systematic in your home. Throw your things left and right once in a while. Fight. So don't let that child die. So these are all what I understand of this topic, motivation. And now about something about the career. If anyone is interested in joining armed forces, so it starts from class 6th onwards. Sainik school, now they have started for girls also. The Sainik school is open for girls also from 6th class onwards. Then 9th class onwards you can join Sainik school, military school, and RIMC, that is Rashtriya Indian Military College. After 12th you can join NDA as an officer. After graduation, girls and boys, they can go for combined defense services or Indian Military Academy. Then they can go for officers training academy Gaya and officer training academy Chennai. NCC entry is also there. In case you are a NCC C certificate holder, you can directly go for SSB interview. You can, if you are a law graduate, you can come in army as a JAG officer. If you are an engineer, you can join army as an engineer lieutenant. You'll get 2 years candidate seniority. And if you are a doctor, you can join army as a doctor. So it's an amazing field. It gives you ample opportunity. In case somebody is interested, Rajiv has my number. You can contact him. You can mail me. You can text me. I'll help you, and I'll be happy to help anyone who is from this family of Bindas Youth family. And it will be my proud privilege to help him and motivate all youngsters and individual. Thanks a lot. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. In case anyone is having any doubt, you can ask.
Thank you so much, sir. Your tips were really beneficial, and I definitely, if we will follow all these tips, I think our lives will never face any kind of pressure or problems. So thank you so much, sir. Sir, I had a question. And this question has majorly come from the youth genre. The question is, do you think studio students generally succeed in this profession? If not, then what qualities an individual must possess who is aspiring to come in this army line?
Actually, uh, very good question. Firstly, in army, there is no embargo of language and the percentage of marks. There is a very beautiful selection system in army. Firstly, you have to clear UPSC ka examination, that is Union Public Service Commission ka examination, if you are going to join after graduation. So the examination is very simple. You have to just appear in 3 papers, or if you are aspiring for short service officer, then you have to appear in only 2 papers. One is general English, in which you have to just score 60%, and second is the general studies, in which you have to score 55 to 60%. So if you are scoring 55% to 60% in written examination, you are going to get your call for interview. That is called SSB, Services Selection Board. So this there the main battle starts at SSB, because in army there is a saying that your educational qualification is one aspect, but we are looking for an officer with OLQs, that is officer like qualities, and every individual possess 36 officers like quality, and for that we are only looking for 23 to 24. Earlier the SSB was looking for 30 to 31, now we are 23 to 24. So we are only focused about the psychological aspect of an individual when we are recruiting Jawans. For them the physical part is very important, but when it comes to selecting an officer, it is the psychological part which is very very important. And there is a proper psychological test which is conducted over a duration of 5 days. You appear for WAT, that is word appreciation test, you appear for systematic appreciation test, you appear for thematic appreciation test, you appear for situation reaction test, personal interview, group testing obstacles, so and finally the conference. So this process is slightly I'll not say difficult, because what is happening in these days ki people are not truthful. They keep on they try to sweep the interview panel. They keep writing false things in their personal information questionnaire form, so that is why they flunk. Otherwise, getting, if you're a simple soul, if you have, like I'm telling you my example, I scored 53% marks in class 10th and 61% in class 12th and 57% in graduation, and today I'm sitting in front of you as an army officer, lieutenant colonel. So it is all mindset. The percentages are not going to lead you anywhere. If anyone might have heard the name of Alan Turing, he was the one who is behind the development of all the algorithms, and today the computer world is all courtesy the Alan Turing. He was the one who decoded the codes, German codes in World War II. But unfortunately, he was a great mathematician, but unfortunately he committed suicide at the age of 41. So that is the thing. So it is very very easy. We are not looking for a super intelligent brainy lot. We are looking for an individual who is positive, who is having those officer like qualities like motivation, courage of conviction, positivity. He's straightforward. He should be truthful. He should be very very straightforward in all the relationship, in all the dealings. So army officer career is more or less about the psychological part rather than educational or physical part. And with this I would like to tell you one thing also, that with the recent incident of this Sushant and the Sushant Singh Rajput, who committed suicide. So actually, I forgot to mention in this, like the Sushant Singh Rajput who committed suicide. You see, he was at the state of he was at the state of state 4. He was having everything as far as the physical things are concerned from the society. The one more example, beautiful example, is Aizong of Zin. He was the Chinese emperor, and he committed suicide in year 12,034 because he was not able to ride a horse. He was very fatty. So he told his brother, "Ki now I'm not going to lead my army anymore." So he committed suicide. And one more example is Princess Alfred Edinburgh, who was born in the royal family of London in 1899. He also committed suicide because he was frustrated. So these individuals, so you can understand, those who are aspiring for wealth, those who are aspiring for only materialistic thing, they actually succumb to the pressure very easily. Try to be happy and contented whatever you have. Live at present. Don't always keep on thinking about tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Always compare with those who are less privileged than you, rather than looking at the top class individual and die in comparison and in the state of confusion and chaos. So try to be happy. That is and don't compare. So that is the main crux of this. Yes, Prachi, anything else?
Yes, so thank you so much, sir, firstly. And the next question, which someone wanted to ask you, is to please share some positives and negatives that you would want someone to know or be aware, like when considering a career in your profession.
As an army officer, firstly, positivity is you get a handsome amount. Like I am sitting in Pune, uh, independent house, independent Bangalore. The rent in Pune, I am sitting in the heart of the city next to MG Road. The rent of this house must be around 1.5 lakh. So army has given me this house, and I am paying just 438 bucks per month. I am having a vehicle provided by the army. I am having a buddy. I am uh, I am getting almost 2 lakh rupees per month salary. I am getting a good world class clubhouses which are there in Pune. They are accessible to an army officer. Whether you talk about the race course or the Ranjit Singh club, we have got a world class gym here in Pune. So we have got a beautiful and lovely mess. So everything is positive about the army. Negative is no profession is negative or positive. It is you. It depends upon you. If you are frustrated, if you are negative, if you are frustrated with your society, if you are frustrated with your family life, whether you are working in army or bank or in any corporate world or any government office, the place is immaterial. The race is immaterial, the caste is immaterial, the religion is immaterial. It is an individual which matters, whether it is army, UP, Bihar, Odisha, anything. So place is immaterial. It is an individual which matters, and same is applicable with army also.
Thank you so much, sir. So, of course, through your entire career, you must have achieved many things. Like, if you many achievements you must have been received, but could you please share with us any one of them which will be never be unforgettable and will always remain a memorable one through your entire life? So, any one of your achievements.
हाँ, ये इंटरेस्टिंग अचीवमेंट है. एंड एक्चुअली मैं सोच रहा था पहले बताने के लिए, बट वो बिकॉज दिस सेशन गॉट डिस्कनेक्टेड, तो वो भी डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया बीच से. जैसे अभी चाइना में सबने देखा होगा कि एवरीबडी इज नाउ गलवान एक्सपर्ट. अभी तक किसी को लेह और लद्दाख का नाम भी नहीं पता था, एंड टुडे वी आर एवरीबडी इज डिस्कसिंग अबाउट गलवान एंड लेह एंड लद्दाख एंड द श्योक रिवर एंड द चाइनीज आर्मी एंड the mighty People's Liberation Army and the Global Times. So actually the dynamics of Jammu Kashmir is very, very different. So I am telling about my experience. As a captain, I was posted, I spent around 6 years in Kashmir. So the story which I am telling you is about my first posting in Kashmir. It was from 2001 to 2004. So सब कुछ कश्मीर में अलग सा. जो पहाड़ आपको इतने सुंदर दूर से दिखते हैं, उनको चलने में बहुत मेहनत लगती है, और वो भी तब जब आपकी पीठ के ऊपर 25 से 30 किलो का सामान लदा हो, आपने 15 से 20 किलो का एक बुलेट प्रूफ जैकेट पहन रखा हो, 10-12 किलो की गन आपके हाथ में हो, और आपके पीछे अगर आप ऑफिसर हैं तो आपके पीछे 40 से 50 जिंदगियां. क्योंकि आपको पता है कि आपके एक ऑर्डर पे, आपकी एक बेवकूफी पे, आपकी एक निगेटिविटी पे, आपके एक फ्रस्ट्रेशन पे, या आपकी एक इनडिसाइसिवनेस पे, या आपकी एक डिसीजन डिलेमा पे कितनी जिंदगियां जा सकती हैं. तो एज एन ऑफिसर हम पैसों से डील नहीं करते, हम चीजों से डील नहीं करते, हम जिंदगियों से डील करते हैं, जो कि बहुत बहुत चैलेंजिंग और बहुत प्रेशराइजिंग वाला जॉब होता है. तो इसलिए मैं वहां पोस्टेड था, और ये बात है 20 मार्च 2004 की. काफी रात हो गई थी, और हम अपने सारे अपने मैं करीबन 40 लोग थे, उनको लेकर के मैं पहाड़ी पे जा रहा था. हमें खबर मिली थी कि वहां पर करीबन 10 से 12 आतंकवादी हैं. सो मैं अपनी पार्टी को लेके जा रहा था. हम पूरी रात चले, और पूरी रात चलने के बाद में रात में एक जगह जंगल आया और बहुत अंधेरा था. तो नीचे पहाड़ी से जो आपको ऊपर देखने में लगता है बहुत इजी, अगर आप उसको आप चलना शुरू करेंगे तो 6-7-8 घंटा नॉर्मल है. सो हम शाम को चलना शुरू हुए थे 8 बजे, और रात में 1:30 बजे घने जंगल के बीच में एक जगह पहाड़ी दो जगह से कट रही थी। सो मेरे पीछे जो लड़का था वो आगे गया और उसने बोला कि सर साहब रास्ता समझ नहीं आ रहा है। तो मैंने कहा एक बार ठीक से देखो थोड़ा आगे जाकर के, क्योंकि पहाड़ी पे ऊपर से नीचे पलटना बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है। सो वो थोड़ा सा आगे गया, तब तक सामने से एक आतंकवादी आया और मेरे सामने ही मुश्किल से 3-4 मीटर पे आके खड़ा हो गया। तो मुझे लगा कि ये वही मेरा जो बंदा जो सिपाही आगे गया था रास्ता देखने के लिए, कि वापस आ गया है, क्योंकि रात में 1:30 बजे कुछ भी सुनाई और दिखाई नहीं पड़ता है। तो उसने उस आतंकवादी को लगा, क्योंकि उन जंगलों में, कश्मीर में, सूरनकोट की बात है, तब कभी फौज इससे पहले गई नहीं थी। हम लोग पहली बार वहां पे जा रहे थे ऑपरेट करने के लिए। सो जब उसको उस आतंकवादी को लगा कि ये उसका कोई आतंकवादी दोस्त है जो दूसरे रास्ते से रास्ता भूल के वहां पहुंच गया है, तो उसने जैसे ही खटखट हुआ, वो सामने आके खड़ा हुआ, तो अंधेरे में पता नहीं चलता है, क्योंकि AK-47 उनके पास भी होती है, हमारे पास भी। तो उसने बोला सलाम वालेकुम। अब सलाम वालेकुम बोलते ही मुझे तुरंत समझ में आ गया कि ये आतंकवादी मेरे सामने आके खड़ा हो गया है। उस समय मैं जमीन पे बैठा था और मेरी AK-47 मेरी गोद में थी। मैं 1 सेकंड जब तक रियलाइज करता, तब तक मेरा नीचे वाला जो बंदा गया था वो भी बीच में आ गया, और मैं फायर आतंकवादी के ऊपर करता, तब तक मेरा दूसरा वाला बंदा बीच में आ गया, और उस आतंकवादी ने अपने बंदूक से 30 गोलियां फायर करी। मेरे सामने जो सिपाही गया था उसके पेट में 3-4 गोलियां लगी, मेरे सर के, पैर के, हाथ पैर के बीच से 20 गोलियां चली गई। उस दिन मेरे पास वजन ज्यादा था, तो मैंने एक बेवकूफी की थी कि मैंने बुलेट प्रूफ जैकेट नहीं पहना हुआ था। बट बोलते हैं कि जब आपकी जिंदगी बचनी होती है, मुझे कुछ भी नहीं हुआ, कोई भी गोली नहीं लगी, मेरे बंदे के पेट में 3-4 गोलियां लग गई थी। हमने तुरंत उसको वहां से इवैक्यूएट किया। अपनी पार्टी को वहां पर, चूंकि अंधेरे में रात में पहाड़ियों में गुम हो जाने में कुछ पता नहीं चलता है, हम रात भर वहीं रुके रहे। जिस बंदे को गोली लगी थी हमने उसको नीचे भेजा, सवेरे उसको राजौरी हॉस्पिटल पहुंचाया। लकीली उसकी इंटेस्टाइन में 3 गोलियां लगी थी, बट इंटेस्टाइन उसकी कट कर दी, बट वो बच गया। हम शाम को पूरे दिन घूमते रहे, कुछ नहीं मिला। तो हमारे 50 आदमियों में से मैंने एक रास्ते से भेज दिए 20 आदमी, 20 आदमी में से 15 आदमी मैंने दूसरे रास्ते से भेज दिए, और 6 लेकर के मैं वापस आ रहा था कि चलो अब तो कुछ नहीं मिला। और शाम को लगभग 4 बज रहे थे। लगभग हमको ये ऑपरेशन करते हुए 24 से 26 घंटे बीत चुके थे। तब तक मुझे सामने से एक लड़की आ रही थी जम्मू कश्मीर की। उसने बोला कि साहब काला बिलाल सामने से लगभग आधा किलोमीटर दूर एक घर पे बैठा हुआ है। मेरे सब लोग जा चुके थे, हम 6 लोग वहां मौजूद थे। अब 6 लोगों के साथ में ऑपरेशन करना बहुत ही रिस्की होता है, क्योंकि जनरली आर्मी भी, आतंकवादी भी वहां पे 5 से 6 के ग्रुप में कम से कम घूमते ही घूमते हैं। फिर भी हमने तय किया कि हम 6 लोग ही वहां पे जाएंगे, क्योंकि बाकी सारी जो लोग थे वो दूर दूर जा चुके थे। मैंने अपने 6 बंदे लिए और वहां पे पहुंचा। हम जैसे उस घर के चारों तरफ पहुंचे, सामने एक छोटा सा नाला आ रहा था। जब नाला, हम पहाड़ी पे बात करते हैं, तो वो नाला यहाँ पे गंदे पानी का नाला नहीं होता, जो साफ पानी ऊपर से नीचे आता है, उसको वहां पे कश्मीर की भाषा में नाला बोलते हैं। तो एक साफ पानी का नाला आ रहा था ऊपर से नीचे। तो जैसे ही मैं ऊपर पहुंचा, उसने 4-5 गोलियां फायर करी। वो लश्कर का कमांडर था, उसका नाम काला बिलाल था। मैं नीचे कूदा, और मेरा साथ मेरा बडी था, मैंने 1-2 बंदों को एक तरफ लगाया, 2 बंदों को दूसरी तरफ लगाया। अब मेरे साथ सिर्फ मेरे अलावा मेरा एक बडी बचा था, दूसरा बंदा। उसको मैंने सामने की तरफ अपने को कवर करने के लिए लगाया। फिर मैं नाला क्रॉस करके गया, और वो आतंकवादी मेरा उस घर की छत से सामने की तरफ वेट कर रहा था, और मैं पीछे से चुपके जाके उसके जब निकला, और इतनी पास से 5 मीटर की दूरी से मैंने उसको कम से कम 7-8 गोलियां मारी, और वो वहीं पे तुरंत मर गया, लश्कर का कमांडर। और इसके लिए मुझे चीफ ऑफ आर्मी स्टाफ का गैलेंट्री अवार्ड, कमेंडेशन कार्ड मिला 2005 में। सो ये मेरी लाइफ का जो लश्कर कमांडर जो मैंने मारा, ये सबसे मेमोरेबल मोमेंट था। और शायद ये मतलब इस तरह के एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करना बहुत ही अजीब भी होता है, कि आपकी आंखों के सामने आपने एक देशद्रोही या एक जो देश के दुश्मन है उसको खत्म किया, तो ये सेंस ऑफ अचीवमेंट और अकम्प्लिशमेंट की बात भी होती है।
थैंक यू सो
थैंक यू
मच
प्राची।
सर। थैंक यू सो मच सर। आज पहली बार एक इंसिडेंट को इतने डिटेल से हम सब ने जाना, and we could really sense, we could really feel that incident happening. बहुत ही अच्छा लगा, and we are really proud of you, and hats off to your courage, to your bravery. इतनी हिम्मत जोड़ना and then अपने दुश्मनों को ध्वस्त करना इतना आसान नहीं होता है, so really hats off to you sir. Okay, so sir मेरा एक सवाल और है कि what kind of relations military and political sectors share? Like, are there any clash of ideologies? And if yes, then what? In that case, what does your organization does?
Firstly, I am not an official spokesperson of Indian Army, so I am not in a position, and I should not comment because that leverage is with the PRO of Indian Army. So the politico-military relationship is always strained. You may be aware because the politics is different arena altogether. Politics is politics, and military is military. So military is business. Military means business. We are there to protect the border, and politics. The less you say, the better it is. So I'm not going to comment on politics and the relationship, the politico-military relationship, because it's totally different ball game altogether. You must be seeing these days on television that every politician is a military leader, and military leaders are silently working and sacrificing their lives at the border.
Yes, I think it's again a sensitive question. So I will request the audience, are there any with some questions? So please, Shreya, would you like to ask? Is there anyone with any questions? Purnima ma'am, am I audible? Would you like to ask something?
Hello, Colonel Vijay. This is Purnima Banerjee, wife of Colonel R.N. Banerjee, now a veteran. So,
Ma'am, very good evening to you, ma'am.
good evening to you. I don't have any questions to ask you. I've seen
Ma'am,
enough of.
you should. Yeah.
I have seen enough of the army and civil world also, because I have been a banker and a deputy general manager at that. And my father was in the British Army. My husband in the present day army. I mean, of course, he's now a veteran. And my son-in-law also happens to be in the army with the Shaurya Chakra to his credit. And something like what you explained, he has also gone through that kind of a
Great, ma'am.
situation.
Great, and
Yeah.
I'm privileged, ma'am, that you are also the participant of the participant in this. So
Yeah,
I'm thankful and grateful to you, ma'am.
yeah. Manoj and Rajiv are my college juniors, so they invited me, so I'm here
Thank
to
you, ma'am.
listen to the
Privilege
young
is
blood.
mine, ma'am. Ma'am,
Yeah,
privilege is mine, ma'am.
thank you so much. And just to hear how the young blood is shaping up in the army, also that is also my. I
Thank,
mean, I just wanted to know how you are coming up and what all you are doing. It's very,
thank you,
very
ma'am. I'm
nice.
honored, ma'am.
Nice to see.
Just by your gracious presence, ma'am.
No, thank you. Thanks to you also, because you found time. You took the invitation very seriously, and you came prepared, which any army man would be. I know, prepared for anything at any time. So
Thank you,
that
ma'am.
is what
And
you.
for friends, ma'am, I'm always free. And Rajiv is a very old friend of mine, ma'am.
Yes, yes, I can understand. I can understand that. But the way you explain to common people, like housewives are there, students are there, elderly people are there, senior citizens, everybody is there, and yet you explained it in such a way that I think everybody has learned something today. There would be takeaways. There would be takeaways in everybody's life. I don't know how much and what all for individual cases, but I'm sure you've given a lot to think about to the young generation, to the youth, and good information that you gave, that for the girls also the Sainik schools are open now, and they can think about it as a career, not just
Yes, ma'am.
as this thing. Yeah. So I'm so glad and so thankful to you that you are here. Welcome, and thank you again.
Thank you, ma'am. My pleasure, ma'am. And privilege is mine, ma'am.
Thank you, Purnima ma'am. Thank you, sir. Shreya, you wanted to ask?
Yes, Prarthi. Hello, sir. It's been a privilege that we got an opportunity by with this Geo Institute that we got to know youth, we got to know the real army things. So, my question is that in today's world, people, our like our mother, father, everyone says that money is equals to happiness. What's your take on this? And also, I want to question you that a lot of people are suffering from depression. So there may be depression problems with army people as well. So how you cope up with it, how you resolve, how you try to cope up with this depression things?
Firstly, your first question first. Money is happiness. That is a totally wrong statement. Rather, I say कि happiness is a state of mind, and you see, if you see the rate of suicide in country. So Kerala, the education rate is almost the literacy rate is almost 99.9, or you rather you say 100%, but the number of suicides are maximum in Kerala. If you see the per capita income of the state, I think Kerala must be in top 3 4. All the individuals of Kerala, they are mostly settled in Middle East, or the girls are also working. So the money is happiness is totally wrong statement. Happiness is a state of mind. You see, the now with the recent corona crisis, you might have seen the migrant workers. They have walked from Mumbai to MP, Mumbai to Rajasthan, Delhi to Lucknow, Delhi to Bihar. They have walked with their families, but still they were happy. None of them committed suicide. None of them was depressed, irrespective of the hardships. So money is not happiness. It is other way around. Happiness is money. Like what the saying in the saying in Bhutan is that gross national happiness is their money. So money is not happiness. It's a state of mind. If you are happy, you are happy. If you are contented, you are contented, whether you are having anything or not. It is the state of mind. So try to be positive, try to be contented, try to be satisfied, try to be try to be yourself motivated, so that you are happy. Happy man is happy man, whether he is having anything or not. And otherwise, if money would have been happiness, then Sushant Singh Rajput, who donated 1 crore last year, would have not committed suicide this year. And second question was how the army individuals are dealing with depression. We have a lot of medical counselors. We have got a proper system. We have got a proper military hospital where the any number of psychologists, psychiatrists, they are posted. But generally, these type of cases are very less, because we are very, very busy people. Generally the individuals who are having time, they suffer with these type of things, and the negativity prevails. If you are physically fit and mentally fit, so that is why the initially we do the screening part. So that is why I was discussing about the SSB test. It is very systematical and very, very scientific, that anyone who is having the officer like qualities. So we initially screen that any individual who is prone to these tendencies will not get through initially only. And one out case, if it is there in the army, we have got the proper system to look after. Thank you,
Okay,
Sia.
so thank you so much.
Thank you, Shreya. Thank you, sir. I could take out a more tip from this answer, that keep yourself busy and be far away from such mess. So, okay, so I just now received a question by Apurva. She's asking, since we're talking about mental health, so how to deal with a negative person around us? How can we feel positive around them?
Avoid them. Why you are wasting your time? Why you are wasting your thoughts with them? Avoid them. Initially only I told you to avoid 7 things. Avoid negative company, because negative company is going to give you negativity only. But unfortunately, if you are working in an office and your boss is negative, then definitely you can't avoid. So you have to project yourself that you are very, very positive. So try the minimum interaction ka concept. You interact him as and when required basis. So either you avoid or interact less. That is the only thing. So don't
Okay.
interact with negative people. Otherwise, your life will be full of negativity only. So because they have got a negative aura all around them, and the negativity spreads. Negativity is more dangerous than coronavirus. It spreads faster, and you keep on washing your hands, it is not going to go away. So please avoid negative people.
Very true, sir. Very true. Okay, sir. Nowadays, a trend of smart work has started. It's something that is included in every management books to work smart, not hard. So, what is your take on this? Do you believe in hard work or smart work?
Obviously smart work, because army always follow a concept of a smart work, because that is why we start our life early in the morning. We go for a 1 hour run. It is not optional, it is compulsory, mandatory for everyone. We go for run early in the morning at 6 o'clock, come back at 7, then we go to the office at 8:30, come back at 2 o'clock when we are posted in peace. Then evening 1 hour we play games. So that is why smartly we are managing everything. And when we are posted in field 24/7, we are smartly managing our borders, and we are smartly managing our finances and family. So obviously hard work means whenever required you have to work hard. Suppose don't postpone, don't keep on postponing your job. Suppose your boss has given you some job, just finish it immediately and spend time with your family and friends, and try to find out some time with for your hobbies. If you keep on lingering your job, okay, procrastinate that tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and then after 3-4 days, then finally you are going to produce some shit and which your boss is not going to like, and you unless you unnecessarily will be in the thick soup. So that is my take as far as smart work is concerned.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Though you summarized your routine in this answer, still one of our BGSF members wanted to know about your routine, everyday routine. So please share that with us.
Right now, my routine, now I am on a study leave. Actually, army generally after 17-18 years of his job, if you apply based on your merit, gives you study leave. So right now, I am pursuing my MA in journalism and mass communication from Pune University. So I am officially on 2 years study leave from army. So don't ask me about my routine because it is more or less like yours only. But I keep myself motivated. I do yoga. I have taken that gym set. So I keep on doing some bodybuilding. I go for a run in the evening for 1 hour. I spend time with my son. I spend time with my dog. He's amazing dog. I have got one Boerboel. So I am always in the cycle of positivity. That is my only aim. And keep on reading books and chatting with my friends on not on mobile. I keep on calling them or meeting them in Pune.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Sir, any general advice or any tip that you would like to give the youth of today?
Don't use mobile. Throw your mobiles in dustbin. That is the only advice. Because this is one thing which is going to spoil your future, spoil your generations. I am telling you, this virtual connection is very very bad, very very painful. And the two friends, they are sitting, one is using his mobile and the girl is using her mobile, and they have gone to a restaurant to have a cup of coffee. So they are more bothered about the likes and dislikes on Facebook rather than spending their time with his or her friend in a coffee shop. So I'm telling you, whenever you have time, just go and interact with friends, just meet them physically, just don't take your mobile at all, just don't use your mobile. So
बात हो रही थी, एक जूम पे मीटिंग में चल रही थी, जो आया है इस पे
Ram sir, kindly mute yourself. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Vijay sir. Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Thank you. I said whatever I wanted to.
सर अभी आपने बोला थ्रो योर मोबाइल्स, बट सिंस जब से लॉकडाउन हुआ है सारी पढ़ाई मोबाइल्स में हो रही है. आई थिंक स्कूल्स आर टेकिंग दैट इनिशिएटिव टू प्रोवाइड द नोट्स एंड टू शेयर द लेक्चर इन मोबाइल्स ओनली. सो सर मोबाइल्स का कितने, और स्पेशली जो एमसीए स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं उनको तो सिर्फ मोबाइल्स और लैपटॉप में उनको वो पूरा दिन अपने आप को बिजी रखते हैं. तो इस बारे में आप क्या बोलना चाहेंगे? लाइक सिंस आई एम एन एमसीए स्टूडेंट, दिस वाज अ पर्सनल क्वेश्चन टू यू. तो मोबाइल हम कितने हद तक दूर रख सकते हैं?
मैं सिर्फ यही कहना चाहूंगा कि हम सबको पता है कि हम मोबाइल में क्या करते हैं. मेरे मोबाइल में लॉक क्यों है? Why I'm locking my mobile? What is there to hide? Why there is a finger lock? Why there is a pin lock? Why? Because everybody is hiding something or the other in this world, and mobile important tool when we are focusing for positive things, when we are studying, but you see how much time we spend. If we are spending 10 hours in a day on mobile, so almost 8 or 9 hours or 6 to 7 hours is wasted. And the young generation who are in a school or college, they are wasting their 60 to 70% of the crucial time of the career. They are making useless TikTok videos, useless some hello videos. They are making, so they are spoiling the life. And unfortunately, I am telling you, in Pune there is a proper type mobile de-addiction cell in our command hospital for the younger generation. It's a proper social disorder. I'm telling you, it's a mental disorder. So the time is going to come soon where you are going to be treated for the mobile illness. So sooner you realize, better it is that the mobile is playing very very negative role in everything. The husband and wife, the wife is operating her mobile at 1 o'clock in the night, and husband is operating his mobile, and both their mobiles are logged. So what is so secret in the mobile? So wherever there is a secrecy, there is an issue. Wherever you are trying to hide, there is an issue. Wherever you are having some extramarital issues, distraction, there is an issue. And the reason is one, mobile. So till the time you are utilizing mobile for your online lectures and the studies, it is very good. But heart to heart, we all know how much time we use on mobile for positive things and negative things.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Uh, so anyone else with any questions? We are running short of time. Are there anyone with any questions? We have Archana ma'am with us. Archana ma'am, would you like to say something? Archana ma'am, am I audible? Vibhiti ma'am has shared a tip with us that when we are positive, then aura around you is also positive, and negative person also feels positive around you. And our whole day routine is nowadays based on mobile working. So how can we throw it? Okay, so there's a question.
Uh,
So our whole day routine is nowadays based on mobile working. So how can we throw it? It's a question asked by Vibhiti ma'am.
when I meant to say throw it, it's not in a literal sense that you throw your mobile.
So
What I
everyone took it
wanted to say is that
seriously.
use it, use it bare minimum. Whenever you require, just use it. Use WhatsApp for an hour. In the evening, you just open it for half an hour. In the night, just you open it for 5-10 minutes. You, if you want to make call, do it. But otherwise, don't get unnecessary stuck 24/7. Otherwise, these days our fingers are addicted to mobile. Till the time our fingers don't touch on the mobile screen, we feel restless. Unnecessary, what we are checking, what we are trying to check on the WhatsApp. No, nothing is so important in that mobile. So we all know, so spend less time. That is the only advice. Spend less time on mobile.
Okay, so since we are running short of time, I will request our founder, sir, Mr. Rajiv Verma, to please present vote of thanks to sir. Rajiv sir, am I audible?